up, guys? Welcome back to Patched.
Welcome back. So we've got the Fanatic Streak keyboard here, and this is the full size. So you got the 10 key, the media keys, everything. Now it's a fat keyboard. It's a very fat keyboard.
It is.
Now this guy is 130 bucks retail, but you can find it on sale usually for about 75, just about anywhere, even on their own website. At the time of making this video, 75 bucks, which is not bad considering.
Yeah,
it's not bad at all.
So we were just talking about this, and I don't know why more companies don't do this or why the full-size keyboard is this way. But if you're right-handed, the main reason why we don't like full-size keyboards is because of all this. You know what I'm saying? So you feel like when you're playing, you feel like this. You know, when I come from like 60% or 65% to a full size, it's like you're gaming like this. You know, so why not put the arrow keys and the number keys on the left side? Like, right? Wouldn't that be wouldn't that be a valid solution to this problem?
It's not traditional, and I get that, but I literally can't think of a reason why you wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah. It's not like everyone's like, oh, the arrow keys have to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I mean, that's food for thought. I would say that'd be an interesting concept because I love having the 10 key on there. I use it all the time.
Yes.
But it's just too fat of a keyboard to have on my desk, especially for gaming purposes. So I always tend to go with either a 10 keyless or if I can a 65%.
Exactly.
Something like that.
Because I need to have the arrow keys. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, alright, so this is the Fanatic Streak keyboard. And like we said, we have the full-size keyboard here. And if you guys want to get it, we'll leave a link in the description box. But let's get it started off with the bottom. So as far as the bottom goes, alright, so we have some rubber feet. We got 3 rubber feet on the bottom. And then we got 2 rubber feet on the front. And we have adjustable feet here. And it's only for one angle. And it brings it up just a little bit. Not too much. But it's just enough for me to be comfortable because I don't like laying my keyboard just flat.
Yeah, I can't have it flat anymore. I used to have it flat, but now I always need it like up a little bit. I don't know, I got used to it, I guess.
Yes. And then on the bottom as well, we have some plastic, it feels like. I'm not sure if it's aluminum, but it feels like plastic to me.
Yeah. On the top, they have an anodized aluminum for sure, but on the bottom, it's plastic.
Is it? Yeah. But like, I guess the plastic makes...
It's super lightweight.
Yeah, exactly. So
not that you're gonna be carrying it around.
That is true. Yeah, I guess the weight doesn't really matter for a keyboard too much, you know. So there's that. Of course, we have the Fanatic logo here, and then it's pretty cool because you can take this off and you can just have the regular LEDs if you would like. So
yeah, the keyboard's gonna have 2 USBs to be plugged into your machine in this same sort of Fanatic thing that they do, where they put it on the left or right side, depending on which way your USB plugs in.
That's weird.
I don't know, it's kind of cool. I guess. I don't know. I don't mind it. But anyways, one's for the keyboard, the other's for the USB pass-through on there. And it does have the USB pass-through port, which doesn't hurt. Yeah. Doesn't hurt to have.
An extra USB right on your desk, you know?
Yeah.
As far as the thickness of the keyboard, I mean, it's okay. I would say it's pretty low profile. Not as low profile as the Logitech G915. That one was really thin.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This is pretty thin, you know, compared to like my other full-size keyboard from Glorious, you know, the GMMK. This is quite a bit thinner than that.
Yeah, it's kind of become a trend to have this really tall body, this tall metal body on these. Mm-hmm. But I don't mind the low profile as well.
Exactly.
Doesn't hurt to have.
So this keyboard comes with Cherry MX switches, and we got the brown switches, which is pretty nice. You know, I love brown. I love tactile switches. As far as the keycaps go, they are single-shot ABS keycaps.
Yeah, super thin too. But they have this sort of finish on top of them, which makes it feel not as bad as your standard ABS. Yeah. And I haven't noticed any shine on them. I've been using them for a while, and they haven't really worn out at all. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty shocked because ABS usually, it's slippery, it doesn't feel as good. Yeah, but like Lucas said, this coating makes it feel a lot nicer in my opinion. So that's nice, even though the keycaps aren't the highest quality keycaps. As far as the font goes, it's weird. I don't know what I think about this font. I don't really like it.
But the shine through is good.
The shine through is good.
So it's fine. And then on the spacebar, they got their little Fanatic logo, which lights up, which I like. Yeah, that's cool.
And then of course for the function keys as well, you can see the F1, F2. It's also on the bottom. Yeah. And it's like a bold like font. It's weird. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it for some reason.
I kind of like what Razer does, where it's nothing's capitalized on their font. Yeah. It's kind of interesting.
Exactly.
So you've got a lot of sort of quick access and media keys here. So you've got sort of a rocker here for volume or whatever you want to bind that to. We've got your sort of your competition key or something like that, where it disables your Windows key and to basically enable some of your macros. You've got a function key lock as well on here. And then you can, of course, switch profiles as well. You also have a mic mute, which is cool.
Yes.
A little mic mute button. So
this volume rocker feels really crappy though.
Yeah.
It like slides a little bit. It's weird. So yeah, and in the quality of these buttons, I mean, obviously we're not gonna be pressing them all the time, so it doesn't matter as much, but it just feels like crap. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel very good, and then it gets stuck sometimes. Look at that. It gets stuck.
So these are rated for 50 million key presses, and then has a 2mm actuation distance on there. Now it also comes with a sort of wrist rest on here, which is like real leather, but it doesn't feel good. It's super firm. It's just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's also not large enough. I know it's extendable and everything, but it's really awkward. So I took it off just about as soon as I put it on. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So as far as the software goes, I mean, you can customize a lot with this keyboard through their software. It's actually pretty fleshed out, their software, which is interesting because they're sort of, I don't want to say they're new into like the peripherals game, because they have been making peripherals for a minute now, but everything's flushed out with these, which I like. Their software is good. It doesn't feel like, you know, a virus like a lot of these softwares where it like pops up immediately and it's super intrusive. So their software is good. I appreciate that. As far as performance with this guy goes, I mean, it's average for a gaming keyboard. I mean, it's just regular gaming keyboard. You know, I know they make a smaller one, the full size. Man, I can't game with it anymore.
Yeah.
It just sucks. I was bumping my mouse into this thing all the time.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's either that or you have your hands too far spread out.
Yeah. I mean, you can get used to it, but it's not ideal. And for me, yeah, overall, it's okay. I mean, it gets the job done. I mean, especially for what, $75 on sale?
Yeah.
That's a great
Absolutely.
deal, I think. And the quality that you get, like the aluminum chassis. I mean, the keycaps and all that can be better, but I mean, they're not horrible. They're not the worst that I've seen, you know? So for $75, I feel like, you know, if you like it, if you like the way it looks, you can definitely, you know, go ahead and cop.
Cherry switches, good build quality. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. But for the actual retail price, I wouldn't say it's...
Retail price is steep. Get it on sale.
Yeah.
Get it on sale for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, even the retail price, like $135, keyboards are just getting too expensive now.
Yeah.
Like, there's like $200 keyboard. The G915 was like $250, $200.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, they're all getting expensive. So, I mean, for $75, like, if you could find it on that sale, that's a really good deal.
Mm-hmm.
I caught that.
Yeah, so anyways, that's our review of the Fanatec Streak full-size keyboard. Again, if you guys want to get it, we'll leave links below. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next one.
See you in the next one.